Right here in Gary, we have all the infrastructure required to lift this region, but also the state of Indiana to lead in global commerce. We sit at the most southern tip of one of the world's largest bodies of fresh water. We're one of the top 3 steel-making cities on Earth. We have an international airport with a foreign trade zone. We're a city with a deep water seaport, and we have 3 Class 1 rail lines. Why am I telling you this? Because Gary is a big deal. The city has seen some tough times, but it's the hope and the grit and the determination that I see in the people that inspires me to fight like I do every single day. But every day we are building on a plan to make Gary this nation's greatest comeback story. Ladies and gentlemen, a greater Gary is emerging as we speak. Our city is valuable and we're worthy. It's time we feel like it, and it's time we act like it.
Greetings. My name is Derek Cannon, and I'm Chief of Police for the City of Gary. I am before you today not only as a dedicated member of the community, but as a public servant to share with you the progress that we've made together in the last year, building towards a safer and more connected environment. While challenges remain, I am proud to report significant decreases in violent crime, to report a drop in non-fatal shootings of 10%, a drop in homicides of 23%, and not only with that drop, there's been a 74% clearance rate in those homicide investigations. Patrol activity has seen a remarkable growth. Over 9,800 extra patrols and privilege checks were conducted, an increase of 118% from 2023. Shots fired calls dropped by 17%, with 1,368 reported versus 1,644 in the previous year. Citations issued more than doubled, reaching 9,679, a 148% increase over the previous year. This positive trend is a testament to the collaboration between our officers, our partners, and you, our community members, especially the residents who actively report suspicious activity and provide valuable information to our department. We've also made strides in enhancing transparency and accountability within the department. This includes our body-worn camera program, enhanced training, and just elevated patrols in a proactive way, which allows us a greater oversight and also a different type of engagement with the community. Furthermore, we actively engage with community leaders and organizations to better understand the concerns of our neighborhoods and our population here in the city of Gary. This has led to the development of partnerships with several community-based initiatives designed to address the specific needs and build stronger relationships between the law enforcement community and our community here at large. In terms of traffic safety, fatal traffic accidents fell by 39% with 11 incidents versus 18 incidents in the previous year, and non-fatal traffic accidents declined by 3%, with 3,196 incidents versus 3,303 in 2023. Vehicles towed and impounded increased by 18%, with 3,081 vehicles towed compared to 2,608 in 2023. Special operations and investigations. The SWAT team conducted 55 operations leading to 72 detainees and the seizure of 37 firearms. General crimes resulted in 106 defendants charged with 506 felonies and 87 misdemeanor charges during their investigations. Narcotics Investigations Group led to 52 defendants charged with 112 felonies and 40 misdemeanor charges. We are committed to continuous improvement and remain open to feedback from all members of our community. I urge you to continue to partner with us by reporting crimes, attending community forums, and engaging in open dialogue. Together, we can create a safer, greater Gary with everyone.
This is our infant classroom, and you just can't go by without looking at the
We're here to talk about something that truly shapes the future of our city, and that's early childhood education.
All the curriculum is active and excite children about problem solving and learning.
Today, what we were able to witness is the greatness of Gary and the greatness of Head Start coming together.
We know that the success of our children directly influences the success of our city.
In order to create big projects and deliver for Northwest Indiana, we have to have and must have an educational workforce to be able to fill those jobs.
We're laying a foundation for stronger families, a stronger economy, and a stronger Gary, Indiana for generations to come. This isn't just about education. It's about building a stronger community. When we invest in our children, we invest in our community.
Those students who have that early investment or intervention have a greater outcomes to be successful.
What's up, everyone? This is Mayor Eddie Melton of the great city of Gary, Indiana, and I want to take this moment to invite you to my second State of the City address that's going to be held at Embassies of Christ Church at 4285 Cleveland Street, right in Gary. It's from 2 to 4 p.m. You don't want to miss this opportunity. This is where I want to share my vision for the future of the city of Gary and also what we've been able to accomplish within my first year as mayor of this great city. So if you plan on coming, please reach out to City Hall 219-881-1300 to reserve your seats. And if you're online, please visit and look us up on Eventbrite. So join me in my administration at Embassies of Christ Church, 4285 Cleveland Street on April 29th. God bless.
Hello and welcome. This is the Gary Plan Commission meeting. Today's Thursday, April 17th, 2025. Can we please have a roll call to establish a quorum?
Member Harrell,
Present.
Member Hall,
Here.
Member Cook,
Present.
Member Wilson,
Here.
Member Allen,
Present.
Member Sarah, and, well, not yet, Member Miller is not present. Okay. So we do have adequate 5 members present to have a quorum and conduct a meeting.
Okay. With 5 present and 2 absent, we do have a quorum. Next on the agenda, we have election of officers. Do we have a motion to table?
Second, Mr. Chair.
Okay, motion's been made and properly second. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Member Harrell,
Yes.
Member Hall,
Yes.
Member Cook,
Yes.
Member Wilson,
Yes.
Member Allen.
Yes.
By a vote of 5-0, we'll show that as tabled to the next meeting.
Okay, moving on, we have the approval of minutes. We have the February 20th minutes and March 20th minutes. What is the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chair, I move for passage.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and properly second. Any discussion?
I have a correction on the February minutes. It shows in the roll call Willie Miller as absent, and yet the very next item is made by Willie Miller, so
Okay.
he
so we'll
wasn't
have to get
absent or
that
something.
Corrected to present then.
Yes, I think Mr. Miller came late that meeting, and he came in time to vote, but after. So if we take a motion to amend to show that Mr. Miller was present. Absolutely. No, it should be amended.
Okay. So is there a motion to approve the minutes, amending member Willie Miller being present for the meeting?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any other discussion? All right, hearing none, roll call.
Member Harrell,
Yes.
Member Hall,
Yes.
Member Cook,
Yes.
Member Wilson,
Yes.
and Member Allen.
Yes.
I'll show the minutes approved with the changing of, to note that Willie Miller was present by a vote of 5-0.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, we have item number 5, appoint Plan Commission member to the Board of Zoning Appeals. And this is just stating that we meet every second Thursday of each month at 3 p.m.
So currently, Mr. Cook is appointed by the Plan Commission to sit on the Board of Zoning Appeals. We can take the vote if you want to vote on that. Again, we are 2 members short right now, which we should have those filled at the next meeting, so we can either take a vote on it today, or if you want to table it and wait till we have a full meeting, we can do that also.
Is there a motion to table to the next meeting?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Is there a second?
I second.
Motion's been made and properly second. Any discussion on the table? All right, hearing none, roll call.
Member Harrell,
Yes.
Member Hall,
Yes.
Member Cook,
Yes.
Member Wilson,
Yes.
Member Allen.
Yes.
All right, we'll show the appointment of the Plan Commission member has been tabled to the next meeting by a vote of 5-0.
Okay. On the agenda, it shows that we have no old business. Is there any new business? Other than a public hearing. Okay, which is next on the agenda, we have our public hearing. This is for PC 2025-08. The description reads, replat combining 2 parcels. The petitioner's name is Armin Boulware, and the address is 1757 through 59 Waite Street, Gary, Indiana.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. This petition is a request to combine 2 parcels. When we deal with replats, it may be to divide properties or to combine properties. So this is a request to combine 2 properties at 1757 and 1759 Waite Street. The property is zoned residential, and the developer is planning on putting a residential home on the property. Last month, Mr. Boulware presented his project to you and explained the type of development that he will be working for. Your approval is only to combine the properties. It's not for the development itself. That will go through the normal permitting process. This is a plat, so it would have a public hearing on it as well.
Okay.
And, Mr. President, my recommendation is favorable recommendation.
Okay, with a favorable recommendation for the combination of two parcels for the address of 1757 through 59 Wade Street. Thank you for that. Well, what is the pleasure of the board?
I'll move to replat the two properties.
A second. Okay, motion has been made and properly second for acceptance. Is there any discussion?
No discussion, but I would just note for the record, if you recall, Mr. Bowler was here last month. We didn't have a full quorum. He had provided adequate notice to the surrounding parties, and I believe he had the publication also, or were we also waiting that? That was good too. Okay, so everything was done. There were no remonstrators. Nobody showed up to speak for or against it. So just, what's that? Right now. Okay, so we do need to open it up and ask if there is anyone present who would like to speak for or against it before we finalize that.
Sorry, kind of jumped the gun a little bit. All right, so now the public hearing is open. Is there anyone that wishes to speak? Oh, you're the petitioner.
Okay. I'm the petitioner, Armand Boulware. I'm a resident of Gary, Indiana. Then graduated from Roosevelt. All right, I went to Westside, so we'll get that out the way. But thank you all for the opportunity to come and present in front of you. I presented you all with the brochures for the home, one of the homes. There are two different models in there. And Councilman Washington, I apologize that I didn't have any extra copies for you.
Nobody knows what's coming.
Okay. All right, thank you. So I just wanted to give you a brief overview of what I aim to do and my intentions for this project and others in the city of Gary. I'm excited to introduce to you all the Legacy Project, where we design homes that bring generations together under one thoughtfully planned roof. Each of our two-story single-family homes is built around the concept of multi-generational living. That means two primary suites in each home, an ADA compliant elder suite, which is going to be on the first floor, and a luxurious owner suite on the second floor. The elder suite is designed for safety, dignity, and confidence. It includes a curbless walk-in shower with handrails, a built-in bench, walk-in closet, private wet bar, and a mini fridge and microwave. It's positioned near the laundry and garage, but is tucked away from the main entertainment areas so that we can balance that privacy as well as connection. Upstairs, the owner suite, it's like a private retreat. So it's got its own lounge area, a wet bar, a balcony, and a spa-style bath featuring freestanding tub, dual vanities, and walk-in shower areas. Beyond these individual spaces, our homes are built with connection in mind. So we've got open concept living rooms, we've got private outdoor entertainment spaces, and what we're encouraging is sharing moments and sharing spaces. We've created this home to lend itself well to our boomers and our parents, my generation's parents, to age in place, while also offering employment opportunities for the younger generation of family members, where you can be a home health care aide and supplement your income if it is required that you have to take care of elder and aging family members. So the concept of this home, it's something that I've developed over the past 4 or 5 years of being a personal investor in the city of Gary, and looking to do God's work through real estate by answering a lot of the questions that I see being posed by the community in the city of Gary, as well as just the overall population demographics. And that's job creation, that's sympathetic and caring healthcare, and then that's also going to be building high quality homes that, as we move forward, they're going to be easily passed on to the next generation. Next generation is going to see those as advantageous to live in. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to present here, and I look forward to any feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Boulware. Do we have any questions for the petitioner?
I do. Are you gonna build one of these homes here on this?
Yes, sir.
Both of them?
So the Chieftain model is the model that we're building on the lot under review today. We've also owned the land next to it where we'll plan to build another basically mirror image of the Chieftain model. The Cherokee model of home is actually designed around ranch on slab properties all around the city of Gary. We're very familiar with Terrytown. We're very familiar with Etna, Marshalltown, the far east side of Glen Park. And what I've done is pretty much a case study where I compiled hundreds of the footprints from those properties, and they range from 23 by 30s, 25 by 32s, and we've created that Cherokee model to be able to get dropped right onto that ranch on slab property. So these are 2 models that we have so far. We do plan to expand to have a duplex, side by side and multi-unit model as well. Yes, sir.
Thank you. I have a question as well. Starting point at $450,000 on Wade Street. Have you done some comparative marketing analysis of surrounding properties, entry level at $450,000?
Absolutely. And I actually want to thank you. There was a comparable property that you sold about 1,800 square feet, 2-story on slab in the Small Farm or Hilltop neighborhood.
Street.
Yeah. So what we used is we used a cumulative valuation between square footage and then between what the market's actually looking for in the surrounding area. The thing about the Gary market that makes it so challenging, as I'm sure you're very familiar with, I'll be preaching to the choir talking to you, so this is for the public. The biggest challenge with values in the city of Gary is no one's buying luxury homes, high-end homes in the city of Gary. And they're not buying them because they don't want to buy them. They're not buying them because they don't exist. So my peers and counterparts who are making $100,000+ a year and want to live in Gary, have family members in Gary, are comfortable in Gary, grew up in Gary, really love the city of Gary, aren't able to move here because we don't have a housing product that lends itself to them. So if they want to move back home to be caretakers or just to be closer to family members, they've got to move back into the bedroom where they've still got Michael Jordan posters on the wall. And that just doesn't work out when you're making over $100,000. And so when they want to move back to the area, the only place where they find an option, it's Crown Point, it's Maryville, it's Sherrville. And so the product doesn't exist to attract that demographic back to the city. This price point is going to be supported by people that are willing to come back and build homes. They couldn't build a home like this in surrounding areas and offer it for less than that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
When do you intend to break ground?
Probably next week if we get our permits today. Yeah, we've been working on this permit process since November of 2023. So we're really eager to get this going, and we plan for it to be about a 6-month build process.
So you got a potential buyer for this home?
Turn your mic on, Mr. Cook.
Do you have a potential buyer for the home before you break ground, or what?
Well, my day-to-day is as a real estate broker. So I've got a handful of people that I know are interested in this home, but my greatest service to the market and to the company and building these homes is going to be to put it on the open market and and let the world see it.
Okay, all right.
I got a question. And
Yes, sir.
excuse me if I missed this. Have you built these homes already, and are there any available in the area, surrounding area, to go look at?
No, sir. No one. I haven't built these homes, and I haven't built any new construction projects. I've done some tear down and rebuilds, major renovations and rehabs in the city of Gary. I'm a licensed bonded insured contractor as well as a real estate broker, and I own all the land that I'm building on.
Okay.
So
I know about you. I just didn't know if you had already built
no.
one of these homes in another city or somewhere that we would be able to view.
No, I'm honored, that you know anything about me, but no, I haven't had the opportunity. This is,
Okay.
this is the big one. We're kicking it off with this one here. This one will have all the bells and whistles on it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
One last follow-up question.
Yes.
Since this one's going to have all the bells and, thank you. One follow-up question. You had mentioned it's going to have all the bells and whistles on it. It shows starting point at 450. So what will this model cost that you're going to have with all the upgrades?
Well, as we both know, price and value are interdependent of each other. So we're looking to, get this project completed, get it onto the market, and see what the market dictates. So we don't, we're looking to be in that ballpark, but we want to see what it does.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I guess for the record, we do have our additional member present. Do we have any other questions for the petitioner? All right, thank you. Are there any others in the public that would wish to speak?
Commissioners, thank you. My name is Dorian Carey. I'm a resident of the First District here, and I've been following along with what the Planning Commission's been doing, and I'm supportive of your most recent decisions. And I just want to support the idea of rebuilding Gary, rebuilding the residential infrastructure of Gary, and putting residential homes in residential districts. I believe that is one of the major things that we can do to revitalize and rebuild our city. So thank you very much, and I wish you success, and thank you very much for a positive vote on this.
Thank you. All right, are there any others in the public that would wish to speak? Okay, seeing none, we will now officially close the public hearing. We did already vote, and the motion has been seconded. Is there any other discussion? Okay, hearing none. Roll call, please.
Okay, so we have a roll call in the approval of the replat as submitted. Member Harrell?
Yes.
Member Hall?
Yes.
Member Cook?
Yes.
Member Wilson?
Yes.
Member Allen?
Yes.
And Member Miller?
Abstain.
All right, we'll show by a vote of 5 in favor and 1 abstention, the replat has been approved.
All right, congratulations. Thank you. Next on the agenda, we have item number 9. This is the Planning Zoning Department updates.
Commissioners, thank you for allowing a little bit of time on your agenda. I just wanted to provide an update on the comprehensive plan and some of the other planning projects that we're working on. We're doing 3 different projects right now. One of them is the comprehensive plan. The consultant team presented at the last meeting that you may remember. The consultant team is MKSK. We have today actually established the city forum where we will discuss the neighborhood school redevelopments, where community members can come out and express their ideas on how the schools should be redeveloped in their own eyes. And that will be May 15th at 5:30, conclude at 7:30 at the Gary Public Library down the street. Secondly, you will also get an update from the MKSK at the May meeting as well, regarding how they are moving forward in that project. I expect them to be complete in July. So that's the schedule that we're working towards for the comprehensive plan. From the zoning standpoint, the Gary zoning code is complicated and oftentimes difficult to interpret. So we are working on a zoning code update that will be a comprehensive look at the entire book. Initially, we were thinking we were going to tackle this bit by bit, but as Attorney Molina and I have been working through it, we have decided that we're just going to tackle it all at once. So while we have taken action previously to establish some matrix to allow us to read it a little bit easier, now we'll be actually looking at the best practice of the code and making sure that our land use code is, one, relevant, accurate, and best practices. I expect that to come to you in the end of summer. And then we'll spend the rest of the year working through the Plan Commission. That will be something that will go to City Council. So it will also go to City Council after you vote on it. Then the last thing that we will do that will also take City Council participation is a complete update to our zoning map. The zoning map will correlate with our new land use code. We also will have an update to our land use map to reflect today's condition. The online map is a map that we refer to and use to administer the department's work. And a lot of times we find conflicts in the online map versus today's condition. So we're just going to do a complete scrub of the zoning map as well and document accurately what the current zoning codes are for each use. This is different than the comprehensive plan, right? The comprehensive plan sets the long-term vision of what we want the land use to be, and the zoning code is what is it today. So that also we will bring together with the zoning change in the code language. So we'll have a lot of work in the fall as we work back and forth on any amendments that you might seek, and then certainly having some input as well from the public. We will have public hearings on both of those items. Attorney Molina, do you want to add anything?
Just add that I was concerned about her mental health when she decided to rewrite this whole thing. No, I'm joking. Listen, our zoning code is out of date. I mean, we go through it and it's piecemeal. There's irregularities, there's things that don't match up, and it's quite a task. And something that's needed to be done for a while. We just haven't had someone step up to do it. So I thank Ms. Sharp to take this on because it is going to be quite a lot of work for both of us and for all of us, really, because when we come with it, we're going to need to review all these things and go over it so that when we present it to the City Council, it's ready to go, and also meet that level of scrutiny that they may have.
When I have worked with other municipalities on their code updates, one of the things that the Plan Commission has contemplated is having a subcommittee. Some members that are interested in being more involved on, deep into the word, so to speak. And that may be something that you want to consider in the future as we get closer to the rollout of that. So that concludes my department update.
Do we have any questions?
The public meeting on May 15th, is that something that commissioners are supposed to attend, or?
You are welcome to attend as a community member. You will not have a formal role in it, but we will have a press release out on it and promote that as much as possible.
Again, what would be the purpose of this meeting on the 15th?
The meeting on the 15th will be structured to have, we have 8 schools that are vacant, abandoned schools. We will have tables for each of those schools, and the idea is to have residents come and present their ideas. So if you're interested in Nobel, then you could provide input on Nobel. If you're interested in the Etna School or Brunswick, you can provide input on those. Those schools are will be on individual tables. We will have staffed urban planners at each of the tables, listening to the comments and getting those feedback so that we can incorporate public feedback in the comprehensive plan.
Nobel was torn down, wasn't it?
Right,
Yeah,
but
so
the
we're talking
land
about the
use,
vacant land.
it's still vacant land. So it's not about the building itself, it's about the land in the community.
Now, I know you're aware of the fact that the Housing Authority bought several different schools. Horace Mann, I do believe, Emerson, Spalding, and I believe one other. Will they be included in that conversation or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
One more question. Will there be a list that we get submitted just to verify the ownership of each one of those? I'm speculating that I know, of course, the city owns some, but just correct definition of each grouping and ownership.
Yep. Yes, actually, I emailed you right before this meeting. So you'll have a list of those 8 schools that we'll be discussing. Yeah, I just sent it.
To reflect on what Mr. Boulware said, is Roosevelt included in that?
Roosevelt is owned by the school corporation, and so it is not. But, you know, both of you bring to light a good piece of conversation. The schools that we have listed so far are the ones owned by a city entity or the Gary Housing Authority. But as you saw earlier, we had a private entity come through and ask, but they owned the school property. We will revisit that list, Mr. Cook, and understand if we're missing any of the highlighted schools.
One additional side note, I have the pleasure of, I'm involved in other events and things, and I had the opportunity to go to Thornton to go to a practice with my daughter. Some team was practicing there, and I walked past their trophy case. And so historically, all of the history of each one of their schools is all documented. So one thing that we've ran into, well, personally, that was a nice thing to see, but some of the schools and the history that's associated with our schools, we aren't doing the same thing. So side note, how do we make sure that the history of each one of our schools as responsible citizens and or representatives of the historical kind of notation of it, that we take charge of it and make sure that we have the same type of pride and responsible actions and making sure we don't just disregard these historical items and, you know, artifacts. I think that was impressive to be somewhere else and see how they took care of their history, and it grabs me seriously to not know that we have a comprehensive plan, and how can we as a planning commission make sure that that occurs.
When we look at a comprehensive plan, we are solely looking at land use, not at the buildings itself or the building design or the artifacts that are a part of that. However, I know there are different organizations in the city that work with the historical nature of, you know, Gary itself. So we'll make sure we make reference to historic preservation in the comprehensive plan and point people to the right places.
Another question that I have, when we look at some of these schools, can you be specific? Which schools are we looking at? Because my next question would be, if they're going to be torn down. As we know, it's very expensive to tear down a school and do the necessary abatements for all of those carcinogens that perhaps are still in them, like asbestos and that kind of thing. Is that going to be involved in the conversation if they will be, again, torn down and then the land be considered for use, or just what would be the purpose?
Again, we are only looking at land use, not in demolition or improvements. So this is your opportunity to dream. If you had your best case scenario, what would you want Horace Mann to be in the future? Because right now, it's vacant, abandoned, and graffiti filled. There are other organizations in the city that are working on blight elimination. And trying to partner with organizations like GHA, the Gary Housing Authority, to tear down these blighted buildings. Right now, the comprehensive plan for all of these schools has each school listed as inactive school. For me, trying to administer plans, we have to make a recommendation based on what the comprehensive plan says. And that's not helpful when someone comes through and asks for a rezone on a property. We have to look to the comprehensive plan based on state code they say, look to the comprehensive plan and what is the vision, and does the rezone comply with what the comprehensive plan says? Well, I don't think we want inactive schools going forward. So that's why we need to have a conversation around what should these schools be, or the school properties, because it's not about the school. It's about vast amounts of acres of vacant property. And how do we put and guide investment into those properties in the future? That way, when I'm writing a recommendation, I can say, the comprehensive plan says this property should be mixed use. And that will allow me to say, all right, does this request for a rezone align with mixed use, residential, commercial? Or does it say residential only? Or does it say distribution? You know, that's for the community conversation comes in to help us guide what should those future land uses be.
Got a question. So I assume, Ms. Sharp, that the properties that will be discussed at this meeting for our school sites are sites that's currently owned by the city?
Owned by the city or Gary Housing Authority.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll go back today and reevaluate to find out, you know, do we need to expand that list?
No, I just wanted to make sure, because to Mr. Cook, I understand where he's coming from, because if we don't own the particular school, then we don't really have a say-so in it. So one of my major questions is going to be Vore and Horace Mann, which is right down the street from my house. For years, Methodist Hospital has been playing and dibbling and dabbling, saying they wanted to expand the hospital since I was on the school board, but never made an active bid to try to get the property. So as you said, Mr. Cook, to tear down Horace Mann is going to cost a lot of money. And to actually go in there, which I have been, it's been gutted by the Midnight Marauders.
That's fair. As a municipality, we do have jurisdiction over zoning. So it doesn't matter who owns any of these properties, because as a municipality, you have the right to determine the land use in order to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the greater community. So that is what allows us to look at the future land use.
This is exclusively schools, right?
Exclusively schools.
Okay.
The rest of the comprehensive plan update, we will be basically reformatting the existing comprehensive plan, because what is in the comprehensive plan today is good. The goals are good. We just need updated maps, and we need to have the document itself be a little bit more functional for us.
Any other questions for Ms. Sharp? All right, thank you for your updates. It looks like last on the agenda is adjournment. Our next meeting will be May 15th, 2025. With that being said, is there a motion for adjournment?
Mr. Chair, before we do that, can we reflect the fact that Willie Miller is president?
I think he did that already.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is there a motion for adjournment?
Make a motion.
Second.
Is there a second?
Yep.
All right, thank you, everyone. Meeting adjourned.
What's up, everyone? This is Mayor Eddie Melton of the great city of Gary, Indiana, and I want to take this moment to invite you to my second State of the City address that's going to be held at Embassies of Christ Church at 4285 Cleveland Street, right in Gary. It's from 2 to 4 p.m. You don't want to miss this opportunity. This is where I want to share my vision for the future of the city of Gary, and also what we've been able to accomplish within my first year as mayor of this great city. So if you plan on coming, please reach out to City Hall 219-881-1300 to reserve your seats. And if you're online, please visit and look us up on Eventbrite. So join me in my administration at Embassies of Christ Church, 4285 Cleveland Street on April 29th. God bless.